Hello, and welcome to Stitching with My Kitties, floss tube number 27. I'm Patty Penn, and today is Easter Sunday, 20 April 2025. I'm so glad you're joining me. If you're new, I hope you like what you see here, that you will spend some time with me, enjoying your stitching and seeing what all I have been up to. If you're returning, I appreciate you coming back again and again. Please like the video and subscribe to my channel if you like what you see here. I was laughing when the video came on. This is like take number 10. I haven't gotten even 3 minutes in. Duke is up here. The first thing, he jumped up on the table, made the camera go all crazy. Then I started over, and then just as the video came on, Duke's tail went straight in front. So I hope I get through this one without any more kitty interruptions. But when you live with 3 kitties, 2 brothers and a sister, your life is never dull. I promise. And I love my kitties. This Thursday, I'm flying from National to DFW Airport, where Niecy Lynn will join me, and we're going out to Stitch West, which is being held in Ogden, Utah this time. Niecy and I went to the fall Stitch West. That was our first time going to Stitch West, and that was in Salt Lake City in the fall. We fell in love with Salt Lake City. It's beautiful. So we're going to this one this week. And then we're also got into the fall one. And this Stitch West, Shepherd's Bush is the guest designer. And the hotel is right across the street from Shepherd's Bush store or shop. And Niecy and I are both so excited. I can't wait. I want to get all of the bags that I don't have the charts for and everything to make the mesh bags. I've got a couple of them to show you also. And even more fun, if we're meeting up with Christy. She is the Salty Stitcher Designs, and she is going to have a pop-up shop. So we're so excited. Niecy Lynn and I are both going to start Christy's new chart, which is Maya's Butterflies. And I'm going to work on my We the People salve that table 24 from StitchCon last year started together. We're having a salve. Jeanne, she and her daughter Ashley have a floss tube, which is We Stitch and We Know Things, and I highly recommend you going and checking them out. I'll link them below. Jeanne has almost finished hers, and I actually didn't show it on their latest floss tube, I don't think. But anyway, back to getting to see Christy. Her mom has made project bags for her to sell at Stitch West, and her sister has made scissor fobs or zipper pulls. Well, I've already been shopping. So, yeah. And so has Niecy Lynn. I can't wait to see everybody when we get there. And our sweet friend Anne is coming to pick us up at the airport with her friend Cheryl, who we have not met, but I'm so excited to meet. They're picking us up at the Salt Lake Airport. We're going to have lunch, and then they're going to take us to Ogden to the hotel. I have a feeling we'll probably stop at Shepherd's Bush even before we check in. Just kind of thinking that. Can't wait to see Anne. And she called me this week, or into last week, and she said, I love the Leela's chart that you showed, Peace on Earth. I said, oh, Anne, you're welcome to borrow it. She said, no, I want to stitch it for you. I want to do the stitching for you. I was floored. I mean, that meant so much. And so I told her that I would bring the pattern, of course, And while we were at Shepherd's Bush, we could choose the linen for her to stitch it on, and I'll get all of the DMC flosses. We are such fortunate people to have so many giving people in our stitching community. I learned that early on when I came back into cross stitching in early 2020, and it just gets better and better every single year. So I didn't bring up my We the People today because I haven't stitched on it since I showed you last time, but I've got to get it finished because Harry and Ann, Niecy, Jeanne and Ashley, Karen, me, that's 7. We all have our sow going on Instagram. We're going to put the last stitches in at StitchCon Weekend B. Niecy, Lynn, and I both got in. We were on the wait list. We're going to put the last stitches on at StitchCon, and then I'll go up together and ring the bell. So I am so excited about that. And let's see what else. I was texting with Sweet Judy. She's the one that taught me what a wonderful community we have. And she sent me a message and she said, I sure hope you can get Niecy Lynn through the airport. So I do too, Judy. I really hope I can get her through. Before I leave Washington, I'm going to send her a text with explicit instructions on once she gets to the airport, after she has checked in, but before she goes to clear through TSA, she's to walk to the side of the aisle, take off her jewelry, put it in her carry-on, take her phone out of her pocket, put it in her carry-on, or else have it out and ready to put in one of the bins so that it can be x-rayed, and to not have any liquids, no water bottle. The water bottle has to be empty. If she'll do all that, I think I can get her through TSA without me having to go out and enter back in with her. Fingers crossed. I'll let you know on my next floss tube, which is going to be the 4th of May. I'll let you know how successful I was. I think I've already told you that Jeanne is almost finished with her We the People. And I'm anxious to see how Ashley's is coming along. Now, their last floss tube was a 2-parter. Their photo stand, what do you call that? A tripod, started slowly lowering, evidently. So they had to stop the video and start where they left off. Well, of course, I'm not paying attention. I just see they have their new video up. I hit play. And I watched part 2. And then I realized, oh, I was supposed to watch part 1 first. So I went back and watched part 1. I just did it backwards, but that's okay. They are such beautiful stitchers. It's just amazing. And Ashley is starting to design. So I can't wait to talk to Ashley in June at StitchCon to see what all she has designed. I noticed today that Marcy, she is Amnicon Studio, posted on Instagram that she has started knitting a new support chicken. And the yarn is gorgeous. I can't wait to see her new support chicken finished. She showed 2 on her last YouTube, I think. And of course, I'll link her floss tube below too. And if you are a knitter or a crocheter, you have to check her out. She's an amazing woman. So I've been keeping up with my book of days. It's kind of disordered because for April, here we, oh wait, Bunny's jumping off the page. My bunny sticker wasn't stuck. Okay, here's my book of days for April. And I was supposed to this tomorrow, go back and start working on my Cloister Garden, which is a mystery salve by Fox and Rabbit, because I got behind in March. After we got home from Africa, I was able to finish up the March assignment or mystery. And then I started April. I was going to work on it starting tomorrow, the 20th. Tomorrow the 21st. Excuse me. And I decided on Friday that I would go ahead and start it. And I'm glad I did. I have it to show in my whips. Because it's taking me longer than I thought. But I'll definitely be through well before the end of April, even though I'm not taking it to Stitch West. I'm not taking either of my other two whips either, other than We the People. But I had marked it for the 21st rather, to start Cloister Garden. And then when I looked down, I had put it on next Sunday, the 27th, to start the April too. So I don't know what I was thinking, but anyway, I'm going to get it done before the end of April, and I'm looking forward to May's. So that's my book of days. Now, I have made a couple of new bags, but I'm not going to show them in order. The first one I made is an anchor. I'm taking it with me to Stitch West. And I sent Christy a photo of it. I texted her and I said, if you like this, I think I have enough fabric left over that I can make one for you. And I'm pretty sure I can. I might not be able to bind it in the anchor fabric, but I can at least do the bottom, the top, and the back. I think I have enough to do that. And then I could just bind it in the solid red. But so that's one of my new bags that I made. I'm going to give that to Debbie at Stitch West. And then let's go ahead to the other bag that I just made. Now I'm going to try not to spill all of this. This is for my Maya's butterflies. And I believe, oh my goodness, I just got floss caught. Hold on. Oof. Okay. Oof, that's dangerous. Oops. Hang on. Dropped something. Sorry. I knew I was going to have issues because I've got a whole pile stacked up here, and it's not level. It's not even. So we're going to start Maya's butterflies. So I had in my stash from Fabric Flair. Now, you know I love Fabric Flair. I had this butterfly damask. And I'm going to stitch it on this using the sulky threads. Christy's bringing me the pack. I think she's bringing Niecy Lynn the pack too. But I needed a special bag to put her in. So I made me a new project bag out of my blue butterflies. I made me a zipper pull. I made a thread bed. I made an ort tray. And finally, I got some blue scissors and made me a little scissor fob also. So all of this will go so that I can start Maya's butterfly next Thursday or Friday. Now, last time, I believe I showed you that I had ordered the garden, or I had bought at my local LNS, my Alexandria LNS in Stitches. I had bought the stitch bag because, you know, I'm crazy over these mesh bags. So I went through all of my charts, all of my bags to see what all I need to buy at Shepherd's Bush so that I can just sit down and work on bag and bag and bag and bag. So I also, in Stitches, ordered me the button pack. And I thought I was going to have to buy the mesh bag, but I have it. So all I have to do is pull my floss And then hopefully they will have the Lady Dot Zippets for the garden bag. Because I want to get that too. They're so cute. And then one other thing that I had shown before, and that is Moogie Manor by the Blue Flower. And it's cats and birds and a house. And I think that's what, a beaver? No, those are cats looking at the koi pond. Well, I've shown this. And the reason that I got it more than any other reason is that our grandchildren, you know, we don't have children of our own, but the flower girl in our wedding, who was also the flower woman when we rededicated our vows on our 25th wedding anniversary, her children, our grandchildren, call me Moogie. So when I found this pattern at In Stitches, my local Alexandria L&S, I had to get it. Well, I was ordering some floss to do the new Honeybee Quaker by Pansy Patch Quilts and Stitchery. I think that's it. I think it's Lori Pingali's. I know it's her company. I was ordering the floss to do the new beehive sampler. And I saw that Roxy Floss Co. had the thread pack from Moogie Manor. So, of course, I had to add it to my purchase. And I thought that I would contact Fabric Flair because they have these paw prints. And I was going to ask them if they could do the paw prints on like an ivory solid with maybe that's really washing out, with maybe a light brown paw. Well, when I went on, I was going to send them a message. They have some new paw prints. So I wasn't sure which one I wanted. They had one that looks like the paws are going to be this size. And then they had one that had tiny paws on it. So I ordered a piece of each because I'm really anxious to get that started. So hopefully I'll have that soon, maybe by next floss tube, so that I can show you which fabric I have chosen. But I think it'll be so cute on the paws. So let's see, what else? I want to shout out a couple of other floss tubes that I watch regularly. Stacy, who is Bluebird Paper and Thread, she does some paper crafting too, and I think she's trying to do some quilting. She just released a new floss tube, so go over and look at her channel. It's I enjoy it, I really do. And then Sweetwater Stitcher Jessica is also one that I watch regularly. Now let's see, Happy Mail. I got Happy Mail from Sweet Judy. She knows how much I love bunnies. She sent me this sweet card. Isn't that beautiful? And she sent me this sweet, this is also, it's like a postcard almost. So I'm going to save these and use them in my book of days. And I may even cut this one apart so that I can use both sides. So we'll see. I'll show you after I get them in my book of days. But I'm really, that was just so sweet, Judy. She sent me Millie by Stacy Nash Primitives or Stacy Nash Designs. Which is it? It just says Stacy Nash. She sent me Millie, and of course, immediately when I saw her, I thought of all of the elephant herds that we saw in Africa. I mean, from brand new babies who were still pink to older elephants. And I can't wait to stitch her. I've got to figure out how to get her in my stitching plans. And I just want to do it just like it shows here. I just love her. She's adorable. And Judy emailed me yesterday. I had sent her a message that I had received Millie and thanking her, and that I had to take a box to mail to Anne in Utah so that my suitcase wouldn't be so heavy, because I have lots of goodies for friends, and then of course my table gifts and my light and the battery pack. And so I took that to the post office Friday afternoon, and I told not Niecy, not Ann. I told Judy that I had sent a box ahead to Ann, and Judy emailed me back, and she said, "Well, I'm pretty sure Ann's going to have to mail you a box back, because at least she's going to have to send your clothes to make sure all of your purchases get home safely on the plane." I think Judy knows me a little too well. So that was my happy mail, and thank you so much, Judy. You made my day. So I have a couple more mesh, or one more mesh bag to show you. And this is my cloister garden. Now, I don't know why I have it in my queen bag. It just happened to be handy when I was kitting it up. And I have my little Siggy's closet with the little bee and the little bumblebee. That's my zipper pull. And then I have a scissor charm also. And it too has a bee. So I keep all of this together. And let me show you. I'm going to put this away before I lose my scissors. So this is where I am with Cloister Garden. This is the one that I wasn't supposed to start working on until tomorrow. But this is where I am. I'm about half through filling in this block. So I just have the 3 other blocks. And then I'll be done for April. This is stitched on 40 count Verdal by Zweigart. And this, I'm stitching it with Cottage Garden Threads Forget-Me-Not. And I love it. I think it's beautiful. And I will, if I remember, I'll link the Fox and Rabbit website if you want to join the Mystery Sal. It is free through the end of this year, but starting January of next year, they will have it for purchase. So I put aside my Jessie Challenor so that I could work on Cloister Garden. And this is I'm sure you remember this from 2 weeks ago. This is my project bag. And then here is where I am now. I'm loving it in these bright colors, or the reverse colors. This flower is gorgeous. Now, I've got a lot to go, but that's okay. I'm enjoying this, and I'm stitching it on 40 count Mason linen, and it is a dream. I took it to my Wednesday night LNS stitch-in to show everybody. I wasn't going to stitch, but I needed to go pick up my garden bag buttons that they had ordered for me. And I mentioned to Ellen, the owner, and Patricia, who has worked there for a very long time, how much I was enjoying stitching on the Mason linen. And Ellen's going to start carrying it. Evidently, they're dyeing the fabric now. She's not exactly sure when she'll get it, but knows that it will be coming. So I told her that to let me know, because I wanted to be first in line to look at it. And then my third whip, let me back up. Last floss tube, I told y'all that Niecy Lynn was determined that I was not going to be a monogamous stitcher any longer. And I said something to Karen Lynch on Instagram. And now she's jumped on the bandwagon. And she commented, I said that I had 3 whips going on. I actually have 4, because we have to remember I've got We the People also. So Karen said, yep, that's how it happens. You're going to be a non-monogamous stitcher. So thank you, Karen. So here is my 324 progress. I do 1 motif a day. I'm just working I'm a upper right-hand starter. I work with so much overdyed, and I like the variegation. That's why I start in upper right, because it's so easy for me to make the crosses, because I do each cross before I go to the next one. But this is with DMC. It's 324 colors of DMC, and I am in love with it. I bought, she has 324, the sequel, which is more black work. And then she has a new 365, along with, I think she's working on another 365. And that's Works by ABC. I'll link her below also. I am really loving that. Now, I'm not taking that with me to Stitch West either. So if I get enough done on my cloister garden, I might go ahead and do Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, so that I don't have to worry until a week from tomorrow about staying on track with my 324. It's a Sal going on Instagram. And it, I think, I forget who's hosting it, but that's okay. Just look up 324 Sal and, join us. I think it's beautiful. Now, haul. I have a little bit of haul, not anything outrageous. While I was In Stitches, I did have to pick up 3 patterns. I'm going to show you the first 2 now. I got the Animal Crackers British Series Clovis. I think this was a market release. I think Clovis is a badger. And I also picked up, again, the British Animal Crackers Series Harriet. And you know me and my bunnies. So, and I do want to do both of the smalls also. So I want to do the smalls. And then this is what is on the back. It's a little needle book and a scissor holder for Harriet. And then what is Clovis? It also is a needle book. And your little scissor caddy. So I do plan on doing the whole thing as I stitch my animal crackers. Now, let's see. What is Millie? I guess that's just it. I don't see that she has any additional. So there's Millie. Let me get all of my stuff with Judy. I don't want to get that separated. Okay. Then I got an email from Glendon Place, and they were having a sale. I think it was, 10% off, 20% off. I don't remember. But I love eggs. I'm an egg collector. So they had this on sale. It's Hungarian Folk Art number 4. And they had the complete kit on sale. So I got that, or the chart. I got the fabric, which is 28 count opalescent Lugana, and I think you can see the sparkle. I don't really stitch on 28 very often, but I'm using the Sulky pack that came with the kit. Look at those luscious colors. Aren't they gorgeous? I'm sorry for the glare. And then it also had the Mill Hill seed beads. So I've got to get a project bag to put all of that in so it doesn't get separated. Then you got to choose 4 free patterns, either offering number 1 or offering number 2. Now, I don't remember which one I got, but I got the eggs. So here is the egg. Here's pattern number 1, and it comes with the charm, the little bow charm. Egg number 2. Egg number 3. And egg number 4. And all of them have the little bow charm at the top. So I will put all of these together in a project bag so that I don't lose any of the pieces. I also ordered the PDF from Fat Quarter Shop. It's the Stitch Forever stamp. I have no idea when I will do it or anything like that. I don't know why I ordered it, but I have all of the other Forever stamps, except there was one that they did that I didn't care for. And then also at my Alexandria LNS, I got Gifts of the Season by Blackbird. And I saw this. I wasn't sure that I wanted it. I liked some of the Blackbirds, but I really, really liked the sampler. And then here's the full sampler. Now, I can't remember if it has... no, it was just inspired by this sampler. I don't think they give you the full sampler. And I don't think I would stitch that anyway. It looks humongous. But I think this... I'm glad I got this book. And then a time or two ago, I told you I had kind of gone down the mother of pearl rabbit hole. I think her name is Jackie Duplessis, maybe. I saw Katie Strachan with some of them. So I found on Sassy Jack's online store. She had 2 more. A thread winder. Isn't that beautiful? And I just want to display these in my Stitchy box. I'm going to work on my Stitchy box a little bit this afternoon because I haven't started it. And I know I've shown you through Crazy Annie's, I'm in the Stitchy box monthly club. We got the box in January, and then every month we get things to put in it based on the season. So I want to work on that this afternoon. I know I won't get it completed, but so that I can start putting some of these things beside my, on my side table when I'm stitching. And then that's what I'm going to put my animal crackers in. And then here is the other one. This is a thread keep. It reminds me of a sand dollar. And I just love them. I have never seen anything like this before. And so I'm on a hunt. The attic does not have any more. I have all the ones that they carry. I need to call Hobby House. I put in an order with Hobby House for 2 pieces of Winterberry in the lavender. That hasn't shipped yet. And so I need to call them and find out about that and see if they have any of the mother of pearl notions, I guess you would call it. And I am a member of tier 3 of Cottage Garden Threads. So I got my first order. The first thing that came was let's see, I'm trying to get the flosses out. The Cottage Core collection. And I'm going to show these stove and simple things. Then honey and Chantilly lace. This one is beautiful. Cottage and pretty ribbons. I love this cottage. Wild rose and bramble. Oh my goodness, look at those. Gorgeous. And then cozy nook and loved apron. And those are the cottage core collection. Let me show you the cottage core collection. Then I also got, and I think this is my first true tier 3. We've got Jade and Delilah, elderberry and Clivia. That elderberry is beautiful. Now, I'm not so much into the oranges, but I can see me using that. Next is amethyst, which is my birthstone, and pantofle. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. But aren't those pretty? Then uniform and flax. Hyssop and apricot ice. And that's the hyssop. Peacock and Henry. That peacock's beautiful too. And then lastly is wolf. And then late last week, I got my second tier 3. I can't remember if I get it every other month, if it's every month. I just don't remember. But I've got, in this box is Maison and Willow. Sweet Melon and Marlis. Fuchsia and Grasshopper. Sage and Rose de Noel. Marshall and Numeric. Caramel Fudge and Bronte. And then finally, Broidery. A beautiful soft color. And I got a thread organizer. So that's all of my haul. So it's, you know, I'm in a few clubs, and that has a lot to do with it. As I said earlier, my next floss tube will be Sunday for May. I had planned on doing a Kenya recap and with photos, but I have been so busy with work, I have not had time to even think about organizing anything. But I will do that eventually, both for Kenya and Tanzania. I hope you enjoyed the floss tube today. I hope you have a wonderful 2 weeks. I hope I get Niecy Lynn through the airport and back to DFW. And I look forward to seeing you soon. Take care, everybody. Bye.